News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Nathan Hager.
And I'm Karen Moscow.
Karen, we begin with the powerful winter storm that pounded much of the country. Let's bring in Bloomberg meteorologist Craig Allen for the very latest. Craig, it's over, right?
It's over for New York City as well as down the pike all the way to Washington. There still may be some snow showers, but no significant new snowfall totals coming out of this. It could dust the ground, a couple of the snow showers that pass on through, but the storm itself has pushed on out to sea by a couple hundred miles. However, there is a backlash to this storm, and that is going to be affecting our listeners in the Boston area. This is going to run across 90, up 91 through central New England, 495 around Boston. The winter storm warning has been extended until 8 p.m. this evening from the backside of this system, which is going to produce off and on snows during the course of the afternoon. Nothing like yesterday, but there still could be an additional 1 to 4, 2 to 5 inches of snowfall in and around Boston and most of the inland areas to the north and west of Boston. So it's not completely over across New England, not at all. Now, in terms of totals, Boston, 16 and a half inches of snow there, the 9th snowiest day that they have had on Boston's weather records. There's going to be a little bit more, as I just mentioned. Now, getting down to the New York City area, every single reporting station, the official reporting station, had snowfall amounts that were record-breaking, anywhere around 10 to 15 inches of snow. And then down towards D.C., 5 to 10 inches of snow, followed by all that ice. You know what the biggest problem is going to be now from this point on? It is the ice, because after the snow, we had freezing rain and sleet falling on top of this, and it is just one solid, large area of crusty snow that's going to be very, very hard, even for snowblowers to try to get through at this point. One thing that we're going to be talking about for the next several days is the cold is not going to let this snow go away all that quickly. Nathan and Karen.
All right, Bloomberg meteorologist Craig Allen, thank you. And, of course, we'll be checking in with you throughout the morning. Travel as well through the air especially continues to be a major headache this morning. Bloomberg's Lisa Mateo continues our team coverage in New York. And, Lisa, good morning.
Good morning, Karen. Yeah, airlines in the U.S., they're just trying to get their schedules back on track. But it's a tough battle ahead after that winter storm. It caused the most flight cancellations since the pandemic. If you go to a FlightAware, more than 3,600 flights, they were canceled as of this morning. That's down from roughly 11,600 cancellations on Sunday. You have airlines like United, JetBlue, Delta. They've all said they're looking to get back up and running. But Craig Allen, he was just saying extremely cold air, icy conditions at airports, also along the roads and highways. That's going to continue to make travel difficult. U.S. power grids also being put to the test. More than 800,000 homes and businesses nationwide have been without electricity. In New York, Lisa Mateo, Bloomberg Radio.
Okay, Lisa, thanks. We want to get to the latest now from Minnesota, where two very different messages are emerging after a Border Patrol agent killed an ICU nurse in Minneapolis over the weekend. Democratic Governor Tim Walz is renewing his call for ICE to leave his state after the shooting death of Alex Preddy.
What side do you want to be on? The side of an all-powerful federal government that can kill, injure, menace, and kidnap its citizens off the streets? Or on the side of a nurse at the VA hospital who died bearing witness to such government?
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is accusing federal authorities of sullying Preddy's name by saying he brandished a weapon and violently resisted attempts to disarm him. Border Patrol Commander-at-Large Greg Bovino says the investigation will continue.
I wasn't there wrestling that assaultive subject that was assaulting Border Patrol agents. I wasn't there wrestling him myself, so I'm not going to speculate.
Border Patrol Commander Greg Bovino and Governor Tim Walz held competing news conferences yesterday. Video shot by bystanders shows Preddy with a phone in his hand as he stepped between an agent and a woman on the street. During the scuffle, agents appeared to find a 9mm semi-automatic handgun on Preddy, then opened fire after he was disarmed. Preddy was licensed to carry a concealed weapon.
Nathan, after Preddy's killing, more than 60 CEOs of Minnesota-based companies are calling for an immediate de-escalation of tensions between federal, state, and local authorities. The Minnesota Chamber of Commerce shared a letter signed by chief executives from Target, Best Buy, Land O'Lakes, Cargill, General Mills, United Health, the Minnesota Vikings, and Timberwolves. The letter says Minnesota's business community has been working every day behind the scenes with authorities to advance real solutions.
And Karen, the shooting is reverberating in Washington. Senate Democrats, led by Chuck Schumer, are calling for Department of Homeland Security funds to be stripped from a giant funding package that has to pass by the end of this week to prevent a government shutdown. Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota says she won't support the bill as is.
We must have transparent investigations, not only of the shooting of Alex Preddy, but of course, the shooting of Renee Good, two people with no criminal record.
Senator Amy Klobuchar appeared on NBC's Meet the Press, heard Sundays on Bloomberg Radio. Senate Republicans plan to reject Democrats' demands and pass the bill with DHS funds. And while they have shown support for ICE and the Border Patrol before, that support may be wavering. House Oversight Chairman James Comer is suggesting that President Trump send agents to another city and let Minneapolis decide how to proceed on immigration.
And that's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Karen Moscow.
I'm Nathan Hager, and this is Bloomberg.